Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you very much for attending this session. For myself, I will talk about what's new in LINE Frontend Framework. It was released last year, and on Developer Day last year as well, this was released. So LINE Frontend Framework, it is also called LIFF. I would like to talk about the latest update on this. So let me ask you a question. Out of all of you, who has done development using LIFF? Quite many, more than I expected. I think many of you hear about LIFF for the first time today, but please don't worry. I will talk about overview of LIFF and its history. So after hearing this session, tomorrow, you will be motivated to do development using LIFF, and that will mean success for me for this session. Let me introduce myself. My name is Daisuke Shimizu. At LINE, I work in the Front-End Development Center. I am the senior manager, and I am the product manager for LIFF. On Developer Day last year, maybe you attended this event last year, and also for some of you who are already doing development using LIFF, maybe it is an overlapping content, but first I would like to recap what LIFF is. LINE Front-End Framework is called LIFF for short. So it is LINE Integrated Web Application Development Platform. So it is web application, so HTML, CSS, JavaScript. This web standard technology can be used for development. Moreover, it is integrated with LINE platform, so authentication of use and profile information and messaging are also done using the SDK. Next, the feature of LIFF is that there are view types with different screen sizes. Let me explain from the left. So 50% height is compact on the left-hand side, and 70% tall, size tall, and full size full. These are the three screen sizes. Compact and tall utilize the characteristic of LINE being messenger service, or within the chat, there's a bot and in-chat application. And when you do in-chat application development, this is suitable. For full, this is standalone applications such as games. For such applications, this is suitable. Next, I would like to look back on its history. So LIFF can send GIF animation to the chat, and this was released as the first version in-chat application using LIFF. And as LIFF version 1, it was released as an open platform. After that, LINE Quick Game, so games created on web using LIFF platform, there have been many games provided. In LINE Things, IoT applications using the BLE module, it is an environment where you can do the development using LIFF. And this year, last month, LIFF version 2 was released. LIFF version 2, I will explain about this in detail in this session. So I talked about the history. So LIFF in the LINE service, it has been used in many different services. So from the left, as I mentioned, in-chat application. So within LINE, it is for communication, vitalization, to send GIF animation, and also games, so that the user communication has been activated. And also, coffee shop card information can be shown displayed using LIFF. So from that information, you can do charge using LINE Pay, and at the store, you can do the payment as well. Such service is also provided. And in e-commerce, on chat amongst friends, through e-commerce, you can recommend products that you searched on amongst your friends. So that is a unique application using LIFF as well. So far, I talked about LIFF version 1. I talked about its overview and history and some examples. So, developing web applications using LIFF, what are the benefits and for doing it? Compared to native applications, what are the advantages? The first is LIFF is web application, therefore HTML, CSS, and JavaScript can be used for development. Depending on the configuration of application, it can be serverless. So serverless here means different thing from common meaning. So without application server, so as long as you have Java static file, you can do the development serverless. So compared to native applications, the development cost is low and it is low hurdle. Second is no install is required. It is web application, so this is natural. In iOS and Android, it has to be installed, which becomes the obstacle. But LIFF, as long as it's a user using LINE, many users already have installed LINE, therefore within LINE, it can be executed as LIFF application. So there is no obstacle of installment. So obstacle can be small. Third point is, so LIFF is integrated with LINE platform. So many APIs on LINE platform can be executed using LIFF. So profile obtaining as well as authentication can be done. But as I mentioned, these are the advantages, but there were also many challenges. And we continue to do development to solve these issues one by one. So October this year, LIFF version 2 has been released by solving such challenges. So from here, I would like to talk about functions and features added in LIFF version 2. LIFF version 2, in doing the development, we focused on two experiences. First is the end users of LIFF applications. For them to be able to comfortably use the applications, we try to improve the UX. Second is DX. DX doesn't mean digital transformation here. It means developer experience. So many of you here are developers as well. For you to do development using LIFF, the experience of development should be improved. So that was the focus for us at the same time as focusing on UX. So what are the new features? I will explain about them. Firstly, LIFF version 2, the major characteristic is that modern browsers are supported. So including this feature, LIFF, by being integrated with LINE login, there are many features that have been realized in version 2. Until now, LIFF was only working on web view within the LINE application. But from version 2, as you can see here, Chrome, Safari, Firefox, and Edge, on those modern browsers as well, the LIFF application can be run. So there is no 100% compatibility with API, but authentication and user profile obtaining can be done using the simple API function with SDK. So environments without line, when users are using PC or Mac, and if LIFF service is shared, then the users can use the modern browsers to access. And for the developers as well, there are some benefits.
By supporting modern browsers, only web application development and the same development workflow can be used. I'd like to introduce using a sample. This is a code sample which was created with the LIFF version 1. And this is run with the mobile Safari, and the LIFF initialization, the LIFF unit executed but cannot be authorized. Therefore, there is an error screen like this. Next, this is an example of LIFF version 2. If we use LIFF version 2, the initialization process interface changes a little. I'd like to explain code after the LIFF unit. If it is successful, then the LIFF, whether the LIFF is authorized or not, is checked by line. And if it is not authorized, if.login method is used. The LIFF web login is the destination that it is directed to. It is redirected and authorized. And again, if the authorization is successful, it comes back to the LIFF application once again. So that LIFF will be executed. And I'd like to play the video. This is where we are accessing to URL of LIFF, and this is already logged in. So the web login has a user line login, and if it is authorized, the profile information is shown. This sample alone doesn't show how it can be debugged. Therefore, I'd like to use a video, and I'd like to show you how to do the debug, and I'd like to show you how it is developed. And this is a simple HTML. There is LIFF JavaScript SDK with a script tag. It is added. The 2.1 is the latest version, so add SDK 2.1. Next, the LIFF unit. This is same as the previous sample unit, and the LIFF JavaScript will have the LIFF to call LIFF, and it is deployed, and on the cloud browser I'd like to execute. Then, unfortunately, the error is shown. What this is the LIFF from LIFF version 2 with the LIFF unit, the LIFF ID to identify LIFF uniquely is necessary. That's why error is shown. I'd like to fix it. Add LIFF ID. Again, run it. Then the web login screen is shown. The web login shown, and the processes that I explained is LIFF.line login, LIFF.login, and to authorize the user whether they are authorized, and if it is not authorized, then redirect to LIFF login. And the authorization ID password entry is skipped, but let's access assuming it was authorized, and there is a message that says it was logged in on the console log, and the LIFF unit process is all complete. This alone, however, shows the blank page, so as an application it doesn't work. So the LIFF profile information is obtained, and I'd like to add to show that profile information. First, to get the element of showing the profile information, and after the console log, the LIFF.getProfile method added. The LIFF profile is successful, the get profile is successful, then the user profile information is gained, and then the picture URL, the user icon, and the display name, and the status message is obtained, and they're shown. I'd like to run it. Then successfully, the user profile shown. On console, the user profile information detail shown. This is a get profile. When it was successful as a console info, the profile information was shown. Therefore, it was a simple sample, but using the Chrome browser, LIFF application version 2 used. Next, I'd like to show you the LIFF version 2 can use HTTPS to support deep link. So far, using line customer scheme, the LIFF application had to be opened. And also to create deep link, the custom scheme query parameter needed to add information, and with the LIFF application, it had to be handled individually to run as a deep link. However, with the LIFF version 2, these processes can be officially supported by LIFF. Excuse me. And this is the version 1 example, and with the version 1, that custom scheme was used to guide to LIFF application. The custom scheme with iOS and Android can be identified, but in the PC and Mac, the OS cannot identify, therefore error is returned. However, with LIFF version 2, iOS and Universal Link and Android Intent Feeder technology is enabled, therefore HTTPS scheme is used. And with the link, the line, if the line is installed, the LIFF can be done within the line. And even if line is not installed, if you have a browser, LIFF application can be accessible. Earlier, I showed you a modern browser, and it is modern browser enabled and using HTTP scheme, the LIFF application can now be accessible to users who haven't been able to access before. And I'd like to show a simple demo. The left is the device with line installed, and the right is the one with line not installed. And the device that is line installed using HTTP scheme, seamlessly the line starts and LIFF screen is shown. On the browser, likewise, HTTPS scheme link clicked, and on browser, the profile information is shown. With this demo, because of the demo conveniences, the authorization screen is skipped. But if it is not authorized, the web login is redirected to web logins and then comes back to LIFF screen again. And again, using this function to your friends other than LINE through email or NFF, the LIFF URL can be shared. And even if it's PC or Mac, user can access, and UX is improved. Also, using the new HTTP scheme, the query parameter and pass parameters can be passed, and it can work as a deep link with LIFF. As I said earlier, the LIFF URL configured endpoint URL was loaded first, and then as a deep link, in order to work as a deep link, LIFF application had to handle it individually. However, with HTTP scheme, the query parameter and path added and passed, and then at the line init, the redirect to can be automatically identified, and it can work as a deep link, and it can be redirected, and the detailed page and page can be shown. And with HTTP scheme, it supports ODP, and the image, the channel, the icon, and shown, and also the text has the LIFF management console and the name of the LIFF. For instance, with the LIFF, if the EC site is built with LIFF, the product detail page can be shared and the user can access using LIFF and can actually purchase the product. And this is suitable for such a use case as well. Furthermore, with the LIFF version 2, together with Line URL, there are two features that can be used with LIFF. One is Open ID Connect protocol, and therefore the ID can be obtained. So far, with the line login specifications, it was needed to apply and it needed to do the settings of getting ID on the management console.
So by integrated with line login, another is bot link. That is a function that can be used now. So by setting on management console, the bot, and when line is started, you can encourage user to add friend so that LIFF and bot can be combined in the application, and this is a powerful feature. Next, I would like to talk about the implementation a little bit. In LIFF version 2, we created a new JS SDK full scratch, and we adopted TypeScript for this. TypeScript, by implementing TypeScript, the code can be improved in quality, and there are merits in doing team development. So this is not just for SDK development, and we are not able to do this yet, but so the TypeScript definition file will be delivered going forward, and using that you can do the development so that editor support, and you will be able to get the benefit from this. Moreover, diff SDK, as I showed you in the demo, by using script tag, you have to load the SDK. However, going forward, we are planning to release it as NPM package. So like the NPM module and TypeScript can be used together so that you can do more modern development. Type definition file and NPM module. Please look forward to the updates going forward. Next is LIFF version 2 JS SDK API that have been added. Firstly, QR code reader. So now LIFF can handle QR code reader. API is very simple. There's a call of scan code method, and then QR code reader is displayed. And then when it's reading, the red result can be returned as promised to QR code result. I will show you a demo. So from LIFF, the QR code reader is shown. And here, this is a URL. It is obtained, and URL can be opened online. This is a very simple demo, so it's not very practical. But for example, reading ticket or inventory management system can be developed using LIFF app. Next, share target picker is what I will talk about. Unfortunately, this is not provided in LIFF version 2 yet, but this is going to be provided soon. Until now, chat send message API. So there was a feature to send message to when once the LIFF is opened. But if it is users, friends, and groups, when you want to share information with them, such use case was not supported. But using share target picker, user can choose friends and groups, and to them, other than text message, for example, flex message or image video, can be shared. I will not cover all of the APIs today due to time limitation, but let me briefly explain about other APIs. So by integrating with LINE login, there's methods related to LINE login, and LIFF application developers had to obtain information from such as language and others that can be obtained on the SDK side. So that's the API we are going to provide. And Get Friendship API. So I showed you the bot link earlier. This is related to that. So LIFF related bot and user opening the LIFF. Are they friends? That the friend status can be obtained as information. So for APIs, the API reference is available from LINE developers' website. So please refer to the website for detail. So far, I talked about LIFF version 2. Let me recap. By using LIFF version 2, things that were not possible in LIFF version 2, LIFF version 1 is now possible. And for the developers as well, in developing LIFF application, there are many improvements. On the previous slide, I talked about advantages of LIFF. In version 2, what are the benefits and values added in version 2? First is support of modern browsers and TypeScript, as well as future support of NPM module, so that development can be done in the same way as normal modern web front end. And so developer experience has been improved. Second is the support of deep line. So even if when line is not installed, line account, as long as line account is held, LIFF application can be accessed. So UX has been improved. Thirdly is OpenID and botlink, and new APIs have been added so that new use cases are supported. These are the newly added values and advantages in LIFF version 2. If you are more interested in LIFF version 2 after hearing this session, and if you want to know more detail, Okamoto-san will have more detailed session on the specific implementation of LIFF version 2. So please attend that session as well. So if you have questions about LIFF version 2 or LIFF overall, then we have a booth as well, and please come to the booth and ask questions to our staff members. Next, we'd like to talk about some products using LIFF version 2. This year, in September, the Japan Transit Planner service from Jordan has been provided within LINE. So this is one example of application using LIFF version 2. It can be accessed quickly online, and the train route search result can be shared online with friends and groups. So the feature from LIFF version 2, such as deep link, is utilized in this application. And in this product, there is a new view type that has been developed. which was not introduced in the view type screen earlier. So on the header right-hand side, there's action menu button, and there are functions that are necessary for this application, such as share and reload. And these functions are now released in a limited way, but in other view types as well, these features will be delivered. Moreover, it was introduced in the keynote as well, but this is LINE Mini App. This is also utilizing LIFF platform technology. So for details about this service, I cannot introduce about the details today, but this is application publishing platform. Many services are going to be delivered and released as LINE Mini Apps. Lastly, I would like to talk about new initiatives in LIFF. LUI is the implementation of web components. So by using LINE design system, high-quality UI components can be used to build LIFF application. In LIFF version 2, development on browsers such as Chrome is now possible. WebView and other browsers still have some differences in implementation. So these differences can be filled with LUI so that LIFF applications can be developed in higher performance and more easily.
If you're interested in LINE design system, at whole day there is a subsequent session. So if you're interested, please attend the session as well. And also from 3:30 we have the Mr. Okazaki session from LINE, and he's going to talk about front-end development and design system. And please participate. I'd like to share the roadmap at last, and with LIFF, the UX improvement, and also together with other platform that has LINE platforms is going to be seamlessly integrated. And with LIFF version 2, we are focusing on UX and DX. We are continuously improving UX and DX as in LINE. We are focusing on fintech and AI, and using LIFF, we hope we can seamlessly integrate, and so we can grow the LIFF platform. I hope you look forward to how the LIFF is deployed in the future. And this concludes my session. Thank you very much for your attention.